Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's Generalkidd here today, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what jackals look like when they are infected by the flood. So, obviously, this is a mod in order to make this possible, because normally jackals don't get infected in a game by the flood. But, thanks to this mod, you'll be able to see what it looks like. But before we get into that, I want to first give a big shout out to my sponsor, Instant Gaming. If y'all are in the market for some cheap games or great deals on other games, then look no further than Instant Gaming. Here you'll be able to find great deals on many of your favorite games across numerous platforms. So that's something you're in the market for and want to help support my channel in the process, then feel free to check it out via the link in the description below. Alrighty, so to do this mod here, I have it set up so that just Jackal and a flood carrier next to each other. I just pop the carrier, and as you can see there, the Jackal got infected. Obviously I had to mod it to make the Jackal be infectable, but it was a pretty simple mod to do, much like the previous creatures that we got infected by the flood. But in this case, with the mod, I chose to make the Jackals, when they're infected, turn into flood carriers. So why flood carriers? Well, according to Halo lore, according to what's canon with flood infections, Jackals technically, I don't know, I've seen some conflicting things about it, but Jackals don't have enough biomass. They're too, I guess they're too skinny or too thin, too bony to be able to get infected by the flood or to support flood combat forms. So, the flood, they don't waste biomass. So instead of turning Jackals into flood combat forms, like a Jackal combat form, they instead take Jackals along with other creatures that don't have enough biomass to support infections, and kind of with grunts and Jackals, they kind of make a sort of mashed potatoes out of their biomass. They mash them all together and stuff, and do a little bit of biomass soup, and whatever's left, they basically convert them into flood carriers. Because flood carriers are created through one of two processes. They're either flood combat forms that have outlived their usefulness or near the end of their life, and they convert into flood carriers, or flood carriers are formed from, they're basically like a mashed potatoes of other creatures that don't have enough biomass to support an infection. So just a little fun lore fact of the day kind of thing. So that is why technically when Jackals get infected by the flood, they would, with enough Jackals, they would be all converted into a flood carrier form once there's enough of them. But of course, in Halo 3, that doesn't actually happen in gameplay, and so it wouldn't, in lore, in the Halo universe, they wouldn't turn into flood carriers that quickly with one infection form through one Jackal. Now, it would be multiple Jackals combined with multiple infection forms, I guess, or whatever process the flood uses to convert Jackals into the flood carriers. But, just for fun, I expanded the mod a little bit, and on this mission I can show you guys what it looks like when the Jackals are infected in real time, while they're still alive, and turn into flood carriers. Even though that doesn't actually happen. It's, the flood carrier conversion is always post-mortem. But, it's still fun to see anyways. So, here we have it. The flood infection forms, they're, gobbling away at the Jackal. And then, after a little bit, the Jackal will convert into a flood carrier. Even though that doesn't actually entirely make any sense. But, it's still pretty close to what actually happens. Just, not as quickly and not with just a single Jackal, like I said. But, yeah, so there you guys have it. That is sort of what a Jackal looks like when they get infected. Like I said, you don't see it in gameplay. It's only mentioned in lore. But this is the closest thing we'll ever be able to see to what Jackals look like when they get infected by the flood. And, it's not 100% accurate to lore, but it's pretty close. As in, they turn into flood carriers when there's enough of them. But, yeah, so that about wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys did find this video to be interesting. And, as always, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else you want me to tackle or look into or test out or mod or, whatever. Just let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to look into it when I get the chance. But other than that, if you haven't already, do make sure you subscribe to my channel for, to stay up to date to our latest videos. But other than that, I will see you guys next time.